going live. We're about to do a check-in. I'm out here traveling, checking things out at USDA, other buildings near the Smithsonian. So I'm about to actually go and find a place so I can sit down after this light change. Hello, Manny B. Good to see you. I'm doing good. How you doing? It's been a while since we went live, but bring you guys another video. Crossing the street. Yep, things are shifting. That's good to hear. It's been a lot of things going on, but in the end, everything gonna be revealed anyway. So, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention since these so-called shutdowns. It's been a bunch of clear skies, so that's always a good thing when you don't have chemtrails or contrails in the air giving off different toxins. It's at 3D to 5D. Yep. I'm about to go through this People's Garden real quick. There's too many people. Matter of fact, I'm gonna cross over the street. That's where I'm at. I don't know if you guys can see that. But I'm about to go across Jefferson now. Let's see. There's a lot of different people here. You can see the military on the streets. See? But I'm about to go find a place to sit. So I can wrap it up a little bit. This is in the DC corporate territory. Hold on, here we come. I'd like to go find a place to sit. I think this is good right here. See? Now I'm gonna sit down right here. So yeah, so it's a lot of things been happening, but like I said, if you look up at the sky, it's clear sky, so it's always a good thing. And with the shutdown, we get a chance to see where the funds is going to, as far as like the people who fund the chemtrails and contrails, and a lot of it's going back to Israel. So now you get a chance to see ICE raided Chinatown yesterday. Yep, now you get to see who's who. People reveal their true hand, and I don't know if you guys been paying attention to the congressional hearings and meetings prior to the shutdown, but you get a chance to see everything we've been saying in the past is true, and a lot of the stuff that we've been telling you guys is actually coming to pass. So you just got to keep your eyes open, because I know the distraction with the rat race actually have you off your square. Yep. So, but this is a good time to take a step back and evaluate all of the actions. So that's always a good thing. And let me see if I can, I don't know if I can share this live, but let's see if I can pull it out. All right, let's see. Yeah, I gotta do it on another platform. But pay attention to Russia. Pay attention to Russia, and we know Russia is the great bear. So you always gotta pay attention to Russia. They have plans of destroying the NWO and dismantling it in all of its forms. And Vladimir Putin said himself that Russian babies will not have the chains of the Rothschilds on their legs. So they made it clear that they're taking a stand against the global elite and the ones who control this actual realm of existence right now. And a few other people are taking a stand against them, but even down to, I know people, I don't know necessarily if he's on humanity's side, but Elon Musk, if you take a look at his actions, even recently what he's doing, you know, with them trying to build a time machine, his group with SpaceX. So he said BMOS has said a lot too. Yep. Russia and Iran. And you know, with the whole you know, going to outer planets and things like that because of the conditions here, if you look at Elon Musk's actions, he might be trying to go to Mars and have a society or civilization with no elitist control, because a lot of the elite or the shadow is actually controlled by people who are not even from this planet. So I won't speak on if Elon Musk is for us or if he's against us, but I definitely know for a fact that they are doing some things to get off this planet. And Russia is actually going to use BRICS, and they're going to use the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, if you want to look that up. Dionysus is the guy said Elon is the elite, the F you mean. Yeah, well, I mean, that's very true. He is a part of it. But don't play this holier than thou type of mentality when all of us partake in this system daily. You know, if we really about destroying it, then we would, but a lot of us benefit and partake in this messed up system. And just because you reach that status don't mean that you don't see what's going on. And some people move differently once you get in that position. See, Elon, he knew that he couldn't get a lot of things passed with the people acting like Democrats in office. And this kind of why him and Trump had that little falling out too, because you start to reveal where he really at. But a lot of them are, when their eyes are open, he's one of the only ones I've seen call out certain other billionaires. So I haven't seen that. And once you call out the other billionaires, they come after you. So I'm not saying that he's good. I'm not saying that he's quote unquote bad. You just gotta watch his fruit that he produced. Watch his actions. Well, we know Bill Gates isn't good, quote unquote. We know he isn't. We know about his agenda to depopulate, and even with them moving the United Nations to Kenya, a whole land on this planet, Kenya, and trying to get people to get the birth control for up to 8 years. That's not by chance. So I definitely wouldn't say he's good based off of the things that he is about and what he's doing on this planet. But we can clearly see his actions and his desires to block the sun, his desires to promote a lot of things that delete humanity, especially what we just seen with the shutdowns in 2020. Did more harm when people took those things than actually helping them. And we didn't see any trials or labs where that stuff was tested, but we see a lot of people now, just like we said, don't take it back then, the jab, a lot of people have been deleted from taking that or having a lot of organ or heart or issues, blood clotting. And I think that's what's going on with Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, because he was one of the biggest advocates of it, and now look at him, he's struggling. And I don't wish that on anybody, but that's what it is. Peace and love, Rain. How you been? And you got a lot of people who transition from this or have been harmed by the jabs that they took. So very good seeing you. Good seeing you too. A lot of people have been taken out from that. But if you look up, let me see if I can pull it up. Dr. Max Rempel, he actually is telling us that a lot of people are being traced and watched because of the scientific data that they are after and studying their genetics, because a lot of these people are not from here. Just going back to what I was saying, a lot of people not from here, and those who are not from here, the minority that's not from this planet actually has taken over this planet. And that's what we're up against. But part of the reason why they choose to block the sun is because it harms them, it destroys them. So that should tell you the natural people of this planet, we good. But for them, not so much. What do you think about AI? Yeah, AI has been promoted as a negative tool from the jump, as far as like a scare tactic, but it's actually an algorithm that can be prompted, and it can be a good tool, to help humanity advance and help our evolution. But at the same time, an immediate thing is going to wipe out the entire middle class, and that's one of the things that is not being talked about. It can wipe out the entire middle class, so-called middle class, what's left of it, because they will replace a lot of the jobs in the manual labor. And if people don't learn how to be skilled, find some type of skill where they can adjust in this new development, then it's over for them. So you're only going to have two classes: the high elites and the super ultra poor. And that's what a group of people or beings who are not from this planet, who wouldn't have humanity at its best interests, seem like they're farming them and still and harvesting them. That's what it seems like they would do. They don't have empathy, sympathy for humanity, because at the same time they're using them as resources. Taking their organs, everything. As above, so below, so within, so without. They're actually, if we match the universe and the cosmos, and you can see the similarities in us, then they would want to harvest us. So they wouldn't care about your jobs, because you wouldn't need that anyway. It's different groups of beings that's doing all of this harvesting. We're going into the new world. Yep, definitely that. What kind of conditioner do you use? I don't know. I let my loctician do that. I only keep one person in my head. Well, I try to, and every time I get a retwist, I let the same person do it. So that way, I don't have too many people or too many products in my head. The hair is actually getting longer. It's all the way down, so I almost can sit on it. So I'm gonna have to change that. And look at the little bear; it's coming up to me. But yeah, that's what we actually going through now. So it's best if our people can start to reskill themselves. I know they took away trades and stuff like that from the school system, but we have to look at other means of survival. So I kind of think Elon Musk is trying to, and not just him, but other people trying to do this breakaway civilization, because the ones who we've been told about in the movies, shows, and music and videos, they're the ones who actually rule in this planet. That's right, natural hair. I love natural hair on the woman. When women wear that natural hair, I think it's beautiful. And it actually connects them, to the cosmos, because they have that cosmic strand. And when we put that fake hair in our heads, especially dead hair and hair that people have been doing rituals on, and they cut it because they feel ashamed and different things they've been going through, and then we, they put chemicals in it, and then we put it back in our head. It messes up the chemistry. It messes with our people, so. A lot of people not waking yet. Yeah, I can see that. The information, it's cool, because maybe it's not different. A lot of the conditioning and programming that the elite has put on them, so it's going to be a challenge for them to wake up anyway. that's why they have people like us, like you and I, to continue to drill into them. It's just like the movie They Live when, the main character had to fight his friend in a dragged out scene for like 10 minutes to get him to put on the glasses, and that's what we gotta do. Walk around. Nice, beautiful day. What do you think about the ones that are not woke? What will happen to them? Well, for the people who are still asleep, refuse to awaken, it's going to come a point where the universe is going to force them to see, and at that point, it's going to be too late for them to try to do anything. And a lot of them are already going to be forced to see the reality of what's in front of them. And a lot of people are going to, they're going to have a hard time with coping, so they're going to be deleted anyway. And then for the other ones, it's kind of like if you're in a battle, you don't know it's a battle, even though you hear the guns shooting and the bombs going off and grenades, but people still act like they can't see it and hear it. For those people, they're not going to have a fighting chance, because for the other people who've been arming themselves, getting ready, and who've been actually in the battle, they already are in it. So it's going to be tough for them. And then when you realize the people who've been in the actual fight been telling you all along that this been happening, resources and opportunity gonna be scarce during that time. So kind of like a lose-lose. It's a nice day out. Yep, no problem. Oh yeah, it's a lot of people out here. It's gonna be hard for them. Very sad for them. Yeah, I mean, ignorance of the law is no excuse. They're trying to wake these people up. And some people are still coming into an awakening. Some people are still slowly awakening. And you don't just awaken to all this information all all at once either. It didn't work like that. A lot of information that you came across, you didn't learn it all at once. So we all still awakening to truths that have been suppressed and hidden from us. So it's gonna happen in phases. Where I wanna go this way. Yeah, that's why it's best if you try to awaken your loved ones, close ones, or friends as much as you can, um, and share information with them so they can be equipped for what is going to take place. Well, what's actually taking place, I should say, because it's already happening right in front of us. Yep. Every single day there's something going on. Like right now with this, there's a lot of people that's home as far as the feds go because of the shutdown. Um, so it's kind of light out here a little bit as far as the parking. But it's actually it's revealing more stuff. All right, I'm about to go over here to this Tekanu. They call it an obelisk. If y'all know what that is. Let's see. Let's see if I can show y'all. So that's where we're headed at. Go see. Hey, look at that. Hey, Serafina. Let me see this. Actually, go this way. Yeah, this is a technical in the language. Call it a Tekanu. I say ox. But this is one of our markers where we can mark the radius of the planet. So you can actually draw a line. Let me see if I can go back to it. Right here, you can take this and draw the radius of the Earth. Okay, sacred geometry. That's what it really boils down to. All right, you can take this tool, this instrument, this Tekanu, and measure the radius and the circumference of the Earth. All right, that's what our ancestors used. So high technology. Let's set right here. Yeah. Do you think the government has fallen? Well, we have different that control through different layers that protect themselves through what people think is actually government, but it's not. So you have the different beings that was on this planet, and some that came from other ones. And then you have them that have what they call a deep state control, and then they have the shadow, the deep state controls, and the shadow controls the forerunners or the so-called government, and they all broken down into layers and rituals. So that's what it all comes down to. And it's not by coincidence that people let me say it like this: a lot of the ones who are a part of the shadow and the first level wave of defense, they don't want you to know about this because they don't want you to gain the hand up on them, because you can go right to these beings and ask for power just like they did, and that's kind of one of the reasons why they tell you that this stuff don't exist. That's really what it is about. And you see those banners waving in the background. I know you can see those Star Spangled Banner, but most people know it as the U.S. flag. That's the Star Spangled Banner, and that is actually ancient, from ancient Kemet of the Americas. The red crown, the white crown, and the blue Nile. That was created by our ancestors. Yep, that's right. And beautiful clear skies. I haven't seen skies this clear in a long time. And I like to stargaze and watch the sky and stuff like that. It's very, very clear. Like I said, no chemtrails today, at least on this side. Might be for you, but maybe in where your territory that you're at. But I don't see any, and it's really clear skies today. So it's beautiful out. And it's at night it's beautiful. You can stargaze and see, look up, and just soak up the sun. And when you soak up the sun, get some of that vitamin D3. And for these other beings, it's hard for them to absorb it. So they even, they might hate you or be jealous of you, but at the same time, they use chemicals in that sunscreen to make themselves your complexion under UV rays and light. You can see that they make themselves darker to protect them from the rays of the sun when the rays of the sun feeds us. So the real Superman, Kal-El, they're talking about us. And you should try to get some vitamin D3, absorbed every day. Get outside every day, ground every day if you can. And just access some of those ancient powers that they say humans have. But when you absorb in all of these Wi-Fi and radiation frequencies, or these extra low frequencies, it's going to definitely take away from your ability to be able to do that. This guy over here trying to get me to come on. And I'm gonna be sharing some more information on some of the updates. I know every time I try to share some of the updates that go on, or even just simple videos, like the last couple videos I tried to upload, it got taken down, it got banned. So kind of stifles that for the YouTube audience. So I'm gonna keep on sharing whenever I can, because I had other 3 videos that I posted, but of course they're not. You can't even see them because they got banned. But I'm gonna try to give as many updates as I can on what's going on, when I can, if it can even get uploaded. I'm gonna try a new streaming platform and share some stuff on that channel. I'm still setting it up right now. No problem, Annie B. And we're gonna do another live, and I'm gonna try to go deeper. Like, I'm testing it right now to see, because you don't want to violate the terms and agreement. But I'm definitely going to share that. Serafina says, "Are you meditating every day?" Not as much as I used to. I used to meditate every day, but not as much because of my schedule shift. Oh, that's a school coming.
You're gonna touch the fence. Then you're gonna find your homeroom teacher.
See that? Yeah, and there's different styles of meditation too. I've been tapping into different ones, so yeah, I don't do it as much as my schedule will allow me to, or as much as I would like, I should say. But I do meditate. And you see, like, with the school system now, I don't know if you guys ever been on trips to, DC or things like that, but in school, they're not really teaching you the science, the actual ancient science and cosmology and different things like that, that will help you to be a better person in life. And, like, they don't teach you about the biogenetic cultural rope. In linguistics, when you actually take a name from your motherland, be it America, Africa, or wherever, it actually strengthens the biogenetic rope of you and your people and your culture. And that's one way that you can heal yourself. That's a self-healing power that they have taken away from the school system and from our people. When you call yourself by your ancient names, it strengthens the ties to your ancestors and to the land. when you rename yourself, you begin the process of self healing. And they've taken that whole aspect out of school. The naming process comes through different initiation rituals that the youth would go through. And so you would be able to uphold your name that you were given at birth, and then uphold the name that the community will recognize you as for achieving something great that will help the community. And that science has been taken away from the school system altogether. So as you saying, those children just run by and they run into complete an assignment. Um, that in the long run is really not going to mean anything. And that's one of the ways that real learning in real school is actually been taken out or taken from our people. So that's why it's important that we get back to those things. Like that's one of the very often one of the most powerful things that's overlooked is the naming process, and one of your self healing power tools. When you rename yourself, you connect back to your culture, and your biogenetic rope gets strengthened. Oh, you by the Grand Canyon? Okay. Oh yeah, and it's a bunch of it is a bunch of. I wasn't too far from there back in August. I went to a convention on technology, but yeah, they got a lot of discoveries at the Grand Canyon. Ancient Kemet was there. Ancient India or Hindustan was there in the canyon. And a lot of people who've been going to these national parks and sites that's been shut down, they've been camping there, and that's posing another issue for them while the so-called government is shut down right now. That's why it's important for you to find out the names of your ancestors and your people, and reconnect to the land and stuff. We are connected to everything in the universe. And one of the ways we disconnect it is because we don't have those ties to the land without tigers. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, and that's a beautiful thing. You see, I don't know if you've seen some of the inside of those temples there and caves there, but there was a lot of Kemetic and Egyptian artifacts that was taken from the canyon. And Kincaid, he actually went on an expedition with the Smithsonian. They right down the street. To explore that land, and that's what they found. I mean, now of course they say it's a hoax and they don't have it, but it's actually there. And people who said that they went there to do the same thing Kincaid did, they said unmarked and stuff like that would come down and fly over them to deter them from getting inside. Okay, Navajo. See, yeah. Now, what do y'all call y'all giants? I know y'all call them. Do y'all call them? I know they have different terms for them. You have some of the traditions say they was coming from the sky, or some call them the ant people. The sky people, the ant people, call them different things. What do you guys call them? Oh, and also, Serafina, have you heard of or anybody, have y'all heard of the Thailand giants? They have these murals of Thailand giants, and the giant's name is called Yuk, Y-U-K. And our people, we connected to all this stuff. Whenever we used to diss people, we used to say your yuck mouth or your yuck face, and and to the Thailand people, they call it yuck. They call them friendly demons, giant demonic entities but they're friendly. You say you can't really hear me? Okay. Yeah, so they call these giants on the murals of Thailand. They call them the Yuk, Y-U-K, and the Yuk. These giants they call them friendly demons. Oh, you said they believe they came from the sky, but the native tongue I'm not sure. I have to go back to it. Okay. Yeah, they come from the sky. And Abraham Lincoln mentioned the giants who used to rule America. We talked about that. You guys can research that yourselves. How there's different burial mounds and temples where they dug up and found giant skeletal remains. And Abraham Lincoln knew about that too. He mentioned that. I was just down there, not too far. I went to New Mexico, and the air down there I had to adjust because the altitude, but it was a pretty good experience. Good to see you too. There's a story of the Navajo saying 2 twins came down and killed the giants and other creatures down here killing the people. Yeah, I think I've heard that story. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. And I thought, well, it's probably because it's hard to get into. So we're, and so we wait. This guy calls me. The address is a restricted access U.S. government site. Basically, we never kept asking, like, are you guys okay? I'm like, yeah, we're waiting on something. But eventually, he didn't speak English, and he was actually at the FDR Memorial, and we were out there. So, and then also, have you guys been eating any of that lab-grown meat from Bill Gates? That plant-based, well, they say it's plant-based, but it's been now linked to organ failure and self-deletion. People been feeling like deleting themselves after they've been eating enough of that. So you gotta be careful what you gotta do your research about the products and food, or so-called food that you're putting in your body. He's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. I'm like, no. Like, I don't know what's going on, but and I gave him a $10 tip, and I was like, I'm sorry, but I need to call Uber to see what's going on. No, I'm good. Thank you. A lot of people are trying to sell me stuff, talk to me, trying to get money. Yeah. So yeah, if you do your research into that, that stuff isn't really good for you. Um, it's linked to a lot of different things, and it's definitely linked to organ issues, and the new studies are coming out revealing that in certain countries they banned all this lab grown meat. I know Ron DeSantis. I don't know if Florida, you guys who near the Florida Republic, y'all can tap in and let us know. Have y'all seen anything where the foods have been banned? I know DeSantis has banned chemtrails, so that's a plus. And that's on the books at least. It would be great if other uh, de facto governors can follow suit. I'm big on just eat some plant-based next week. Yep. So make sure you watch out for the what's it called? Beyond, and what's the other one? What's the other one? Not Beyond. It's another one. But any of them produced by Bill Gates, and any of the bigger ones, they're linking it back to organ issues and um, self-deletion thoughts. You'll be best making your own type of meats from walnuts or different type of beans. The key is to try to grow your stuff yourself. Because of course you already know the poisoning of different products, and they don't care. They're selling it all. Just like if you go to the store and they say you're trying to buy some coconut milk, and you look at the back of the ingredients, it's like 15 different ingredients in there, and it's only supposed to be coconut milk. So you just gotta make sure you check the labels, check the ingredients, and then follow the paper trail. Especially like if you're having children and you feeding them Similac and all that type of stuff. They've been putting glue and different products in there for years. So yeah, I know. That's why you gotta make sure you check this stuff. Like you get some fresh squeezed orange juice, and it say it's only supposed to be orange juice in it, but they got 10 different things in there, added sugars and all that type of stuff. And we know that all these extra sugars is a main problem for most of them. Sugar on the brain, sugar on your teeth, sugar in your veins. All this stuff causes health issues. Yeah, you want to go raw? Yeah. Yep, gotta go raw with some seeded fruits, and try to grow if you can. Grow your own products.
Hello, how are you, Suzanne?
I'm about to walk back over here. It's a beautiful day. Y'all got any plans this weekend? Any big plans this weekend?
So hard. It's like, look, so hard to get quiet.
What y'all got going on for the rest of the week? You've been collecting different types of seeds? Oh yeah, that's good. Gotta get back to that horticulture. How about some Serafina, do you get collecting soil? Because I'm working on some raised beds. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm about to do too. Get some raised beds. Because I gotta take down this other bed that I got. Gotta get some raised beds. I want to grow some watermelon. Because everywhere I go, I don't see the seed. But we know that the seedless is not good because it makes you sterile. And if we as male and female have seeds, our fruit needs to have the same thing. Oh, you got apple trees? Yeah, I got 2 apple trees in the front yard. But I'm about to start growing some other stuff in the backyard. I got berries and stuff. That's right. You gotta have that seeded watermelon. And definitely seeded grapes because, again, seeded fruit is for people who desire to reproduce and you don't want to be sterile. Yeah, me too. Yep. Yep, get some grapes, watermelon. Got my apples, got my berries. I just want some grapes and watermelon, and of course your leafy greens, your kale and lettuce. And then once you grow your own stuff, it'll also help you save, you know. There's so many benefits to growing your own stuff. And that's part of the reason why they want most of us to be consumers. Because of course they get paid off of that, but it's layered. If you consuming my products that's keeping you sleepy in your head, then I can sell you the cure or the treatment for the sleepiness in your head. So it's a whole bunch of layers to not growing your own, producing your own. There's a whole bunch of benefits to the elitists who really care less about us. So we gotta get back to those principles. And the way that you can help humanity is by helping yourself first. Get your house in order first, and that way we can start impacting stuff one household at a time. And if your house in order, then that's less work for the next group of people that gotta help you by not having your stuff in order. And if you can be one of the ones that's prepared and got your stuff in order, that's less work for us all together, and we can really get focused on the problem and the issue. Because if it's a bunch of things in front of you, you can't even begin to fight the battle because you gotta worry about survival. So that's one of the keys. I don't know why this guy keep walking behind me. I'm about to go over here. That's right, Serafina. That's right, self-love. Self-love is the key. Doing for yourself will eventually, ultimately help others because it makes you more responsible. And I know y'all heard about the document Useless Eaters by Kissinger. So you feel like you're useless eaters, so they're gonna have to get rid of a lot of people. So it'd be in your best interest to not rely on the system. Gotta be careful not to get hit out here. People riding crazy. So all this is shut down. Whole bunch of stuff shut down out here. But I'm about to I'm in. Yeah, he just said it. I'm the DC territory, and I'm near. I just left the near the obelisk or the Tekanu, near the Washington Monument. Now I'm about to get back in the conveyance and get up out of here. might get something to eat. Yeah, we're gonna be definitely sharing some more information piece by piece, because I know the algorithm is sensitive to heavy information, or just not even really heavy, just deeper than what's talked about. Because I know as soon as I start talking about Cardi B and what's going on with these so-called celebrities, I know everything gonna be good. But the moment we start talking about information or knowledge, that's when your stuff get banned or striked and stuff like that. So are you manifesting coming? Your manifestations coming? Yeah, I've been noticing that. And sometimes I gotta slow down, because some of the things that you manifest, it's you gotta be careful, because some of the stuff that you manifest, if you really don't desire it, then that can really mess you up. If you really don't desire that, and you might have thought you desired it, but then once it actually happens, now you gotta deal with the consequences. You gotta deal with what you got. So just been trying to stay true to, or align with what I actually desire, and try to manifest that way, and what's actually meant for me, so I can use it for the highest good of myself and humanity, really. Because some stuff is just nothing more than distractions. And sometimes, you think you want something because it could be good, but that's what I found out. Good things are distractions. If you're on your path and you're trying to accomplish something or do something great or something big, a lot of times it's not the so-called bad things or blatant distractions that you see that will get you, because that that's not for you. You're not supposed to be doing that. But the moment somebody asks you, can you help me with this, or can you drop me off here, can you take me there, those are distractions. Can you loan me $10,000? Those are distractions. When you had already set a goal for the day, and the next thing you know, all of these different things bombard you. People come asking you for favors or taking you in a whole different direction. They ask you for a ride and drop them off at work. Then you drop them off. Now it's, can you also run me to this store or this place? And it's throwing you off your task, your schedule. So I said all that to say, a lot of times those distractions are the blatant things that stop you or hinder you from your purpose. And it can be a good thing that you're doing for somebody else, but good things actually are the things that keep you stuck. All right. You're still here. Appreciate you, Annie V. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. So it's really trying to align with your specific task that you came here to accomplish, because a lot of times those things that you are in the midst of accomplishing, you have to cut out all of the so-called good distractions. because ultimately your purpose is what is most important. Let's see how I can. I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here, and then maybe I might do another live this week. Depending on how this do, if it gets taken down, whatever, I don't care. But we're gonna put the information out there. We are doing classes again. We've been doing classes for some time now. I don't have all my old information because of my hard drive situation, but we've been doing classes, and if you're interested in getting more information or just learning, I'm not about to send you out here and do all these different things. It's not about that. You first gotta learn. So that's what we've been doing, just sharing the information, and then from there you do what you feel compelled to do. But I'm gonna do another live stream soon, and you guys stay safe out here, be productive, and remember, do for self. Peace and love, everybody.